out everybody and no one can whoop him. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Chris coming at you with another episode to the Beautiful Struggle podcast, and this is episode 24. You guys already know I always have to thank you guys for tuning in. I have to thank all my day one listeners, all the people that have been constantly showing me love and supporting me. I always thank you guys, and I always sincerely appreciate you guys. For those of you that are new to this podcast, I have to say something real quick. This is a free podcast. I'm not charging anything. I'm not looking for you guys to give me any type of money. In fact, every single month I come out of my pocket to keep this podcast running because I love doing it. So, I have a lot of great ideas coming into 2020, a lot of things that I want to accomplish, and a lot of things that I want to give to you guys. And my biggest thing is doing my best to grow this audience on the Beautiful Struggle podcast. So if you can do me a huge favor and just refer this podcast to one other person, it would absolutely mean the world to me. And that's all I ask. That's all I ask is just one other person. Just refer it to one other person. That would be great. But with that being said, I want to just dive right into it today. So as you guys know, Christmas is right around the corner. New Year's is right around the corner. And we're going to be entering into 2020, which is absolutely insane. I remember when I was a kid, when people used to say 2020, or when you hear 2020 in the movie, it's like, it's so futuristic, and man, we're going to be having flying cars and like all types of crazy stuff into 2020. Some of that stuff is true, some of it isn't, but it's just amazing that we are here. 2020 is here, and it's just, I'm super excited for 2020. I'm really excited for the holidays as well. I'm going to be spending Christmas and New Year's with my family, so I can't complain about that. It's going to be a phenomenal time. It's just gonna be so much fun, and I can't say enough how excited I am for 2020 and going to this new year. And so usually around this time of the year, I love to form a game plan for 2020. And so many of you may be asking, like, what is this game plan? What are you talking about? Well, it's very similar to setting goals and the New Year's resolution, but to me, the issue with that is there's no step-by-step process to get to those goals or to reach those New Year's resolutions. So my game plan that I've been doing for the past 2 years, going into the New Year's, I like to sit back and literally form a step-by-step play of what it's going to take to reach those goals. So I'll set my goals, map out a step-by-step play. I'll figure out what the vehicle that I'm going to take to get to that destination, and I figure out my why. So that's literally like my game plan, my process, and I'll go through it right now to help me reach my goals in 2020. And the reason why I feel like, again, setting goals for yourself and New Year's resolution, that's all great and everything, but there's no structure. Usually when you set goals, one or two things happen for people. Either the first thing happens where you set your goals so big and so high, when you step back and you look at them in 2020 or that New Year's, it looks like Mount Everest, and you don't know how you're going to accomplish it. So what do? You just typically just give up, and you don't even do it. You don't even try because the goal, the dream, whatever the case is, seems so big. Or people think a little too realistic, and they only set goals that they know they can achieve, and they're not really fulfilling their true potential by stretching themselves and setting goals beyond their comfort level, and from there setting a step-by-step play on how to get to those goals. And what really inspired me to talk about this today is just a couple things. 2020, again, I always around this time, I form a game plan of what I'm going to do for the next year. But also I was at work, and our team members just moved into a new office, a way bigger office space. The old one was getting crowded, and we ordered new furniture in. And so we had the whole team help put together the furniture. We had tables, we had chairs, and this stuff was from IKEA. So it's pretty simple to put together. But for me, it was hilarious because a lot of people started like just walking away and just like stepping outside and kind of quitting because they would open up the box and they seen all these parts, and it's like, I don't want to deal with this. This is too overwhelming, and I'm just going to let somebody else handle it. Or they just kind of give up and just like go MIA on you. So here I am stuck with a whole table that I have to put together. And honestly, I felt those people. Like all these parts, I was getting confused. I'm like, the directions ain't helping. Do I need a screwdriver or what? I don't even know what I need. So I was like, okay, take a step back. And what does game planning look like in this situation? And so what I did was open up the box, lay out all the parts on the ground, get my directions, all the parts that look like one another, put those in one section, and just start. And that really made it a lot easier because I had a clear goal of what I wanted to do, and I had a step-by-step process. Everything was laid out for me. And the funny thing is, people get really frustrated when they can't see the full vision. People get really frustrated when they see the goal, but they don't know how they're going to get there. They don't know how they're going to put this table together, and they just kind of give up. And so that's why I really encourage people around this time of the year. It's the perfect time to take a minute out your day and really game plan what it is you're going to do, or how you're going to do what you're going to do to get to that goal. And so going back, the first thing you want to do, again, is to write out your goals. Second thing you want to do is make a step-by-step process. The third thing you want to do is find that vehicle that I mentioned earlier, that vehicle that you're going to take to reach your destination. So what this looks like is, if you're going on a road trip, okay, what route am I taking? Who am I taking with me, and what car are we taking? That's as simple as it is. And so that vehicle is going to get you to your destination. You have the map, you have the step-by-step process, you have the route. Now, how am I going to get there? So, for example, one of your goals for 2020, it could be at the end of that year, you want to have, let's just say, 2 additional streams of income. So what's a vehicle for you to get there? It could be real estate. It could be investing in real estate and property to help you earn those 2 additional streams of income. And the last thing that I do when I game plan for the next year is I figure out my why. And to me, finding out what your why is the most important part of the process, because the road is going to be hard, the road is going to be tough, and there's going to be a lot of things that challenge you. And if your why isn't bigger than those challenges, than those doubts in your head, and they're not bigger than those negative thoughts, you're going to give up. It's that simple. You're simply going to give up. You're not going to continue through with the game plan. So, for instance, my why, the reason why I do what I do is because of my family, it's because of my wife, and it's because of the following generation that I want to set an example for. And so for anything I do, whether I was in school, business, or anything, fitness, anything, my why is always bigger than those doubts in my head and those challenges. And that allows me to push forward and to continue and not give up. So that's pretty much all I had for you guys today. I just wanted to come to you guys and help you guys start 2020 right. Help you guys start a game plan. And if this is still confusing to you and you're still kind of lost and you want someone to speak to, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have my number, give me a call, or feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I would love to help anybody out there that is having issues with this. And with that being said, I plan on taking 1 week off from the podcast just because next week I'm going to be with the family, and I'm going to be doing a little work as well, but I want to spend as much time with the family as possible. And I'll be back, I believe, January 6th. I'll be back on the regular scheduled program, giving you guys great content every single week, every single Monday. And I plan on bringing a lot more people on the podcast in 2020. And I have some other great ideas for the Beautiful Struggle podcast. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe holidays. I hope you guys start off 2020 phenomenally. And I pray for all my audience and the people that listen to the podcast. I pray that we just have a phenomenal year and we just make this year the best year. And on that note, it's your boy Chris, and I'll catch you guys in 2020.
That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder and bend.